Hello everyone, my name is Holly and welcome to a video that I had a lot of fun curating. I'm going to be recommending you a bunch of books that feature my favorite furry companion cats. Now, I do have 3 cats of my own, Soba, Udon, and our newest cat, Miso, and I love them all dearly. It is so much more fun, in my opinion, when fantasy or sci-fi books add a animal companion in the mix of characters you're following, and I think this list is perfect if you're looking for something like that, specifically us cat lovers. I have got you covered. Also, a lot of these are newer releases. Now, a big thanks to the wonderful people in my Discord who gave me a few recommendations to help fill out this list more. If you want to join, it's an awesome little community and you can find the link down below in my description box. All right, let's go ahead and start with the first book. I do have 8 here on my list. So the first one is The Teller of Small Fortunes. This is definitely a different type of book from my typical read, but the beautiful cover and description caught my attention. This is actually the most recent book that I finished, and this is a vibrant, beautiful debut that reads like a Ghibli studio animation. This book gave me such good warm vibes with so much comfort, and obviously the cat companion instantly had me. We have Tao, our main protagonist, who goes from town to town telling people fortunes. Some are happy to greet her, but some are not so much. In fact, after one small fortune, she's roped into an adventure to find a missing kid with a ragtag group of 4 people and a cat. Now that I think about it, this gave me Wizard of Oz feels, as we are literally just picking up random people along the way. It's truly a merry little band of misfits, and I adored it. Now, it was still slow-paced, but as I mentioned before in previous videos, slow-paced does not mean a bad book. Let me repeat that. Slow-paced does not mean bad. For some reason, labeling a book with that description means like,
ew, it's bad.
Understandably so, as the human attention span can only handle so much these days. But in my opinion, no, not even in the slightest bit is it bad. And I think it fits that like low stakes coziness within the pages. If you like found family, I really enjoyed that element to the book. Tao's character development was my favorite part of the story. The book also touches on the struggles of identity and explores Tao's immigrant experience. This is a low stakes, cozy adventure fantasy, and it's great for this time of year. Moving along to a sci-fi, and that is The Last Gifts of the Universe. This cover has me in a chokehold. It's freaking adorable and has a cat wearing a spacesuit, and literally this cover is exactly what you get in the story. Okay, actually it does have its like more serious moments that are pretty hard-hitting, but don't worry, nothing happens to the cat. I also cannot do animal death. I don't want to see or hear about animals passing away, so no need to worry about that. This follows a couple of characters. We have Scout, their brother Kieran, and their cat Pumpkin, and they are space archivists scouring the universe for information on what has decimated every planet but their own. And they're traveling through outer space and visiting planets, searching for any reason that there's no longer any life on these once inhabited places. And along the way, they find a message left from one of the planet's occupants. And that kind of kickstarts the race from dead planet to dead planet, trying to get answers. And along the way, they encounter danger at every turn. Now, this book is it's like alien world-ending plague science fiction, but with a cute cat. And the writing in this is the type that is so buttery smooth. It's easy to read. It's not a complicated sci-fi. The inner workings of the plot are easy to understand. I walked away from this book feeling deeply moved. Sure, it was cute and sweet, but I also love the message about how precious life is and how every living thing is connected by that, but don't think you won't walk away having shed a tear or two. If you're looking for a hug in form of a book, this is definitely one that I recommend. The next cat book that I want to talk about is The Full Moon Coffee Shop. This book was first released in 2020, but it got a new shiny edition that was translated to English just a couple months ago, and it fits this list perfectly because it's literally about a coffee shop run by cats, which makes it heartwarming as heck. Though it does lean really heavily into astrology, which I am not into whatsoever. I've seen so many Instagram posts that are like, Sagittarius are like this, and I'm like, no, not even the slightest bit is this true about me. Anyways, I love the concept of this book. These mysterious cats appear out of the blue when people are facing their problems and read astrology to give advice to the main characters or or main human characters, I should say. The main characters are intertwined, and it's fun to discover the connections between them all. Bonus are the illustrations and the descriptions of food. It all sounded so freaking good, and I don't even drink coffee, though I do love the smell of it. I just wish I could visit the Full Moon coffee shop myself. Again, not into astrology, so I didn't really enjoy the astrology parts of the story. However, it is very relatable how all the characters reflect on themselves at the cafe to improve and find a solution to make their own way in life. But hey, if you like astrology and cats and coffee, then the stars have aligned, my friend, because you were clearly born to read this book. I don't make the rules. This next book, I'm sorry if I get the title wrong, Dallergut Dream Department Store. Dallergut is just very hard for me to say, even with my Ohio accent, and it's not a very cute sounding word. Dallergut. Whatever, dude. This is a Korean #1 bestseller, and it's about a girl who gets a job at a department store that sells dreams. And it is so Willy Wonka coded because the store she gets the job at is very fantastical. You visit in your sleep to purchase your dream for the night, and we follow her as she learns the ins and outs of selling and making dreams. She even gets interviewed, and we see how dreams help people navigate their waking hours. There's 5 floors to choose from, so it's a very cool place to explore. Oh, and we also get to know one of the other new workers at this department store as well, so not just our main character Penny. I thought it was incredibly creative, though the writing did keep me from loving it. I still recommend giving it a try, especially to you cat lovers, because there are these cat-like people. So they're not exactly like cats, but they're definitely cats that can walk on their 2 legs who run around the department store trying to cloth sleepers in this dreamland. I don't know. It's strange. It's whimsical. I guess the writing fits the weird setting. All I know is that the cover gets 5 stars alone. A dark and secret magic. Of course, it makes sense that a witchy book would have a prominent cat character, and that's no exception for this one, and also the next book that I'm going to be talking about. So if you like witchy reads, then don't click away. Also, this is another character that I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right, but we follow Hecate. I'm going to say Hecate, even though that doesn't roll off the tongue very nicely. And she is living her best life as a hedge witch in a cottage with her black cat, who is her main source of company. Very relatable. Now, this is the perfect Halloween book because her sister asked her to host a Halloween function where everything has to be perfect for their coven. Her plans are derailed by someone from her past who needs help. Yes, this has all of the cozy cottage witch vibes of your freaking dreams. It's filled with herbs. There's so many scenes of baking and recipes, and the cat's name is Merlin, which is adorable. This is considered a romantasy, so of course the romance wasn't my thing, but I did enjoy everything else. It's a perfect Halloween book, though it's not Halloween anymore. Don't let that stop you. It's got spooky forest, cemetery visits, caramel apples, and a black cat. Cozy and dark, all in one bundle. Just get the insta-love out of here, and it would have been great. Rewitched. Now, I am using the UK cover for a couple of these books because I honestly prefer the UK covers for a lot of these, and this one is no exception. This is one of those books someone in my Discord mentioned had a prominent cat character, so I decided to read it, and I really liked it. I'm really glad that that person mentioned it. It's a bit more tame than my typical epic fantasy reads. It's a contemporary magical story, so I guess magical realism with some mystery and romance sprinkled in there. It has everything you need for a perfect cozy autumn/winter night read. Very 90s witchy vibes, though I'd actually consider the story high stakes. At a glance, it's about Belle, a bookseller and a witch who is grappling with her magic as her 30th birthday approaches. And look who decided to join me. Hi, Miso. I'm going to put you down because I have work to do. So yeah, as someone who is in their 30s, it is very relatable. Honestly, at its heart, it's a journey of self-discovery and overcoming self-doubt. The magic system is so enchanting and fun. It's a magical blend of Sabrina the Teenage Witch and practical magic, which is where I get the 90s witchy vibes from. And of course, there always has to be a black cat companion amongst it all, and that instantly makes it a million times better. Starter villain. Now, are we positive that this book has a cat in it? I don't know. I'm a little suspicious. Are we sure it's not a dog? Okay. In all seriousness, this is the oldest release on this list. It came out last year, and I completely forgot about it until it was mentioned in in my Discord. It is too perfect of a cat book. I don't know why it slipped my mind. It deserves a spot on this list. So here it is. This is a silly, funny, completely ludicrous, perfect for cat people, and there's no romance. So we have Charlie and his trillionaire uncle, who he hasn't had contact with since he was like 5 years old, dies, and guess who inherits his super villain business? Yep, that would be Charlie. Charlie is whisked off to a secret villain lair along with his 2 cats, where he finds out that his cats are actually super intelligent and were spies for his uncle. You literally can't make this up. This book honestly reads like a love letter to cats. Sure, the humor is weird. It's a very niche humor. It's not going to work for everyone, but pick it up for the talking cats alone and just for like all the villain shenanigans. All right, we are going to completely change it up. Still cat related, but it's not a fantasy or a sci-fi. I'm sneaking this one in here, and that's Cats People. This is a book that came out earlier this year. I want to say April, I could be wrong, but definitely more in the spring. And it's just your normal run-of-the-mill contemporary fiction, but the synopsis snagged me. It's an interconnected story between 5 people and a stray cat in Brooklyn that will just warm your freaking heart and renew your faith in humanity, which I'm sure most of you need right now. So there's a stray cat living on the streets, but he has several people who look out for him, from like a barista to an author, a mailman, and even more. And the stories of all of these people come together in an amazing way. And the cat is behind the scenes helping to bring them together. It is so charming. It takes place in a bit of a quirky neighborhood that is almost a character on its own. As a cat lover, the narrative is spot on about cats and their people, and I especially enjoyed the chapters that are told from the cat's perspective. It's so cozy, and it's just such a comforting read. Alrighty, so that is going to be it for my list of books that I think people who are very, very fond of cats should give a try. I think I covered a wide range of genres for you to sift through, so I hope you found something on this list to check out. If you did, give this video a like. Really helps me out and supports the channel. And leaving a comment makes the algorithm very happy. If there are other hyper-specific books you want recommendations on, let me know, and I can make a video on it in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until we meet again, happy reading.